Week 3 of high school football is upon us. What a set of great matchups happening all across the Grand Strand and PD area. I'm your Extra Point host, Corinne McGrath. Hard to pick a game of the week this week. There were so many good ones, but we had to go with a rivalry that dates back to the 90s and is just heating back up again as the 4A Hartsville Red Foxes host the 3A Dillon Wildcats, both undefeated heading into tonight's game and coming off some massive wins to start the season. Both teams feeling confident heading into tonight's matchup as they look to serve the other team their first loss. Picking things up in the first quarter as Dillon goes for it on fourth down with an opportunity to put some points on the board, but can't. It's now Red Sox with the ball. Scoring Tara Douglas connects with Carmel McDaniel, who takes it and eventually would be stopped. Next play, it's McDaniels finishing what he started for the Red Fox, putting Hartsville up 7-0. Dillon would be forced to punt on their next possession, setting up for another Hartsville offensive drive. This time, it's Douglas hitting Cole Wilburn for the long touchdown. Red Fox is up 14-0 after the first. With about 5 minutes to go before halftime, Douglas shows off his legs, finding the end zone for the third time before halftime, putting Hartsville up 21-0. But the Dillon Wildcats would not go into the locker room without putting up some points. Ty Martin puts Dillon on the board. Nice throw on the run. The Wildcats would attempt a field goal. However, the missed kick would force them to scramble, and Dillon is able to get 2 points on that one. 21-8 Hartsville at the half, but Dillon would come clawing back in the second half to win this game 59-35. Staying in the PD area, where another team that remains undefeated, South Florence, is hosting the 1-2 Carolina Forest Panthers tonight. South Florence already beginning to prove that they are the team to beat this year, and here they come striking early as Singleton Guest gets greasy and Panthers defense twists right into the end zone. The Bruins are up. On the next offensive possession, quarterback Lenora Sellers finds an open Jaden Sellers, who tap dances past the pylon, and South Florence takes an early 14-0 lead. But here comes Carolina Forest answering back as the quarterback throws an absolute bomb that's taken right to the house, and it's a 14-7 game, but South Florence would go on to run away with it, beating Carolina Forest 49-14. West Florence traveled to the Midlands to take on the Dreyer Blue Devils. Spoiler alert, this one was all night. Second quarter, West Florence up 28-7. Deuce Hudson hits Mason Benton over the middle, and he'll do the rest. Knights up 35-7 at the break. Third quarter, Hudson calls his own number on the option, and there's lots of open space in front of him. Hudson turns on the Jets and finds the end zone. Dreyer blocks the extra point, but Knights are up 41-7. Less than 6 to go in the third. Dreyer trying to make something happen on offense, but they fumble the exchange, and Deshaun Fritzen is there for the scoop and score. West Florence takes a commanding win over Dreyer, winning 47-7. Also in Class 4A, Wilson invited the Hilton Head Island Seahawks into the Tigers' den. They would improve to 3-1 after a 43-7 blowout win. Their next matchup is on the road against the Darlington Falcons. Making our way over to Conway High School, where the Tigers took on North Myrtle Beach tonight. The Tigers looking to make a comeback after their loss last week. And here it comes. Granger finds Aiden Brantley, who makes the catch in the end zone, and Tigers are up by 7. Can the Chiefs answer back? The answer is yes. QB Landon Cloninger connects with a wide open Caden Gore to tie up the score. This is when the Tigers go on to sink in their claws and show their teeth. Look at Grant make the catch and find room down the sideline to take it all the way. Coming out on top, Conway gives North Myrtle Beach their third loss of the season. Final score 33-13. And the Myrtle Beach Seahawks look to make it 2 in a row as they travel to Socastee to take on the Braves. Myrtle Beach would get the early advantage after this run up the middle by Malachi Washington, a name I know you remember from last season, and Seahawks are up 7-0. Later in the first, Myrtle Beach back in Socastee territory, but the handoff to Cam Ward wasn't a smooth one, and he wouldn't be able to hold on to the rock. Braves recover the fumble. but they wouldn't be able to capitalize. Miscues and drop passes was the theme for the Braves tonight, especially with their starting QB out with an ankle injury. Second quarter now, Trey Dunn makes a play with his legs and arm, moving out of the pocket and throwing it on the run to Malachi Washington for the first down. A few plays later, Washington would reap the benefits of his hard work by getting his second rushing touchdown of the game, giving the Seahawks a 14-0 lead. Myrtle Beach defense would hold on to the lead from there, and they would earn their second straight win of the season. Final score tonight, 58-21. Well, we've run through classes 5 and 4A, but no worries, we have more highlights, scores, and of course, your play of the week after this quick timeout. Extra Point is back in 3.5 minutes.